Hello, class. My name is Fatima Thomas, and I was in charge of the socio-demographic characteristics of our paper. So, our paper is outlining incarcerated African Americans' youth and examination of factors that lead to recidivism. I was most interested in doing the socio-demographic characteristics because I feel as though that truly outlines what is going on. It gives you the statistics, the raw data, a lot of information that's prevalent to why this is important, why people should first care, and just different things of that nature that I feel are important because the socio-demographic breaks down the history basically, and that's really important when you're trying to understand why you should really care about a topic. Okay, so I'm one of those people when I like to give an explanation to different things that I like to start from the very beginning, a basic topic. So when I was doing this paper and me and my group members were meeting together, we just were talking about different things and we were compiling our work together. And I asked one of the members in my group, I said, do you think arrest and incarceration are the same thing? So normally in the classroom, if we were giving this presentation, I would ask, okay, do you think arrest and incarceration are the same thing? I like a lot of interaction, people to talk, so I really feel like we're interacting with each other. So since we're not in a classroom and we're just doing an online class and different videos and topics, I'll just talk about that dialogue very quickly that I had with my group member. So when she was editing the paper, she told me that she felt a little confused because she felt like arrest and incarceration were the same thing. So that made me go back and relook at what I was saying. So after I explained to her how I feel as though arrest and incarceration are two different things, she was able to grasp that these are two different things and that it made so much more sense. So, for one, my answer is that arrest and incarceration are two different things. One being, someone can get arrested but not have any factor that leads them into jail or to prison. Take, for instance, this is the example I gave to my group member. I said, somebody can get pulled over on the side of the road and get arrested. I've seen it happen before. Many times people will get arrested. The cops can be searching the person's car and detain them on the side of the road, and if they don't find anything, that's it. Like, they don't go to jail. And incarceration is when you're actually in the system. You're going to trial. You have a sentence. You have a roommate in jail. You're on a restriction. You have to listen to the rules of the jail and different things like that. So when I explained that to my group member, she was able to grasp that topic, saying, okay, I do understand arrest and incarceration are two different things. You can be arrested and not go to jail. There can be no ending factor. You can just be arrested and then released. Incarceration is you were seized, you were in a confined area. So I see those as two different things. Okay, so like I said before, we're focusing on African American youth, incarceration, and recidivism. So a lot of people just automatically think that African Americans are the most populated race in the prison system. A lot of times people in the community, we make these assumptions ourselves. So we don't really look at the facts. We're like, okay, I see this. I'm kind of looking at the news, but this is what I really feel. I feel as though this is the population that is incarcerated, and I'm going to stick with that feeling. So, in fact, many people's assumptions are true. So, research has indicated that African Americans have the highest incarceration rate among Caucasians, Hispanics, American Indians, and Asians. So that's very, very, very prevalent because that does affect a lot of people and their families. So, in terms of arrest rates, because I like to break things down, so I broke it down. So arrest rates are 51% black, 47% white, 1% American Indian, and 1% Asian. And which makes this issue even more troubling are African Americans have a higher chance of being sent to secure confinement than compared to white juveniles. So it's showing that in this case that African Americans are dealt with the lesser hand, which is very unfortunate for that community. So, a study done in 2015 compiled research that concluded racial ethnic compositions for juvenile arrests to find that juveniles among different races concluded that African Americans have the highest arrest rates. And so that's just some information backing up the statistics that I just said. So juveniles that are incarcerated ages 16 to 17 are more likely to be incarcerated than younger peers in the United States. So African Americans are 68%, Hispanics are 33%, and American Indian or Asian are 1 to 4%. So this is showing that the arrest rates for African Americans are high, and alongside with the incarceration rates. So those are two prevalent things right there, showing that not only in the African American community are there a lot of people getting arrested, they're also being incarcerated. So those assumptions that I talked about a little earlier are in fact true.